Oh my God. Well, looks like I'm live. I'm not supposed to go live for another 10 minutes, but what the hell? If it's time to be live, it's time to be live. For the replay crew, no number. This is it. No intro, no crazy stuff. We're just going to kind of wait for the room to fill up, wait for YouTube to tell people this, that, and the other thing. You know what? I think I'm going to share this in the Discord real quick. Welcome to the chat. Remember to guard. Looks like I got one thumbs up already. What we got here? Bradley, good to see you, bro. Welcome back. If I disappear for a second, it's because I have to... I'm going to try and share this out real quick and not get unalived. Okay. Let's see here. What's this? Senior prepping. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. It's really difficult. I'm going to try and hold on a second. There, that should make things a little bigger. But let's see here. Well, I'm kind of driving, so I can't really see. Your names are really hard to see, but I can see the words, and they're really good for all caps. Thank you, Bradley. Appreciate you. Looks like Spags is in the house. What's going on, Broseph? West Virginia, Pappy. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for it to fill up a little bit. Currently on my way to, I'm in North Carolina again. I'm on my way back to the homestead. Had a sensor go off saying that I got a water leak. So I'm on my way there. Nothing but fun. Hopefully it won't be too bad when I get there. It hasn't really been that long yet. And looking at the cameras, it's not even visible to the cameras. So can't take those chances, and we got to do something with that. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do that now. It will draw more people in here, as well as remember that I'm on the road. So whatever subjects you want to talk about, either preparedness, current events, whatever it may be, your mom's yellow hat, I don't care. Just put something in the chat in all caps, and I will talk about it. I will entertain you for a short period of time, as long as the bars of power, of the bars of LTE-ness, 4G, 5G, whatever it is, getting brain damage bars are available, then I will speak. Wife just left for St. Louis. Her mom is having surgery in the AM. Oh wow! Hopefully everything's okay. I mean, I'm not aware of the issues, but holy shit, Frosty is here. No way. But yeah, Bradley. Hopefully hopefully her mom is doing okay. Mate, you look like a zombie apocalypse game protagonist. I am going to trim the beard today, since literally all I have to do is resolve the water issue, which should not be a real issue. I hope not. But then I'll use the time tonight to do the members only live stream. Well, it's not a live stream, it's live Discord. We do it every Thursday at 7 p.m. And then I will also trim my beard, because I've noticed that, like, when I go places, when my beard starts to get long like this, it's definitely not as long as it used to be, like a year ago. But when it starts to get long like this, I look like some kind of prophet, and everybody calls me sir. And I'm just like, instantly, whenever somebody calls a man sir, it instantly makes them feel old, and so we need to cut that back and make it more angular and more aggressive. Let me get around this. I'm about to get locked in behind this truck. I don't want to be locked in behind this truck. Wow, that's I know what that is. That is me being Bluetooth into this radio. Let's go ahead and just turn that down. Can you guys still hear me? I just turned volume down all the way on this radio, and I don't know if it's connected to anything else. Let's see here. Name an anime for an edit. Oh shit, somebody's making... I don't do anime. If you guys have ever tried to do like a screenshot of me and change it in AI, or like recreate me in AI, It doesn't work. I always look like a completely different person. It's so weird. It's almost like, it's almost like somebody scraped all my personal information off the internet. So the computers have no reference. And it seems to still be working, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, I've got people that do that, and it just never comes out right. But I think it's funny when they do it. Let's see here. Oops is I all the time, even the young guys at work. Oops, I use sir. Oh, okay, I got you. 5x5. Thank you, Bradley. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's a work thing, it's a work thing. But like, look, and when a middle-aged woman holds the door for me as I'm coming out of the local gas station with some chicken fingers and a Ghost energy drink, okay? You guys haven't had these things? They're delicious as long as you don't eat the ones that are candy flavored. And they call you sir, and it's like, I could bed this woman. Why is she calling me sir? Where she's almost my age, and I'm not that old. This thing makes me look old as dirt, which is all part of the plan anyway. But anywho, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just think that it's time to like trim it back, get that aggressive angle that I like, and then I'll be less sir-ish. Let's see. All right, guys, looks like the chat is done. We got 50 people in here with 5 thumbs up. What is up with that? Unbelievable. Also, let's get something in the chat to talk about. I've got an hour-ish until I get to the homestead, and I believe my internet is good between here and there. So hopefully we'll have the bars. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate you, whoever's doing that. We're going to find out what the lag is, that's for sure. We're out of practice. It's so hard. What do I do? Oh, yeah. We're out of practice. I don't get energy drinks or coffee. West Virginia Pappy. Yeah, so when I went on that 3-day fast, my body really, really changed. And it took 3 days for me to be like, like, we all have to remember, like, when we were young and we were just, like, totally awake, like, zero brain fog. You know what I'm saying? And I got like that. And I was just like, this is freaking awesome. And then I had to go do a bunch of stuff that required me to do lots of driving and be away from, I was required to perform. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a good way. But I was required to perform at odd hours with limited sleep, that kind of thing. And, so I needed to fall back on some of the coffee and I mean, and not a lot, because I haven't gone back to coffee, guys. But James Roner, James, do I know you, James? Your name really sounds familiar. So, and I'm still stuck in that. So now I'm driving, trying to stay awake. Didn't sleep last night worth of crap because, cancer girlfriend, she didn't sleep very well. So that means I'm not going to sleep very well. And literally it's like, we're like, she had to call in to work today because she is just, her body is messed up from the cancer right now. So she had to call into work, and, I had to put her lunch back in the fridge, and then we went back to sleep, man, because we needed it. And then we slept till about 10 o'clock. And so we got a couple hours back, but still I'm not like focused. So I need the juice. I need the juice. All right, so you guys are still putting nothing in. You guys are just listening. You're such users, man. That's all you do is use me all the time. Let's see, what can I talk about? What's in the news? Well, in the news, apparently there was a three-judge panel who decided to tell Captain Red Tie, you can't do no tariffs, dude. But that was weird. I just went from 16 on in here to 9. That is super weird. So if you got kicked out, come on back. By the way, once again, guys, if you have not hit that thumbs up, then YouTube's going to play games with us. They're absolutely going to play games with us. The chat is completely dead right now. So I really wonder if I'm even online, to be honest with you. It says that I'm live and the counter's still ticking. But, you know, do me a favor, put something in the chat, guys. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you love your country. Yeah, screw the government. Put a 2 in the chat if you hate your government. Oh, 38 special. I am watching the road. I glance down at the phone from time to time. I don't recognize you. So the rule is if you want to talk about something, you got to put it in caps because I can instantly scan it instead of trying to squiddle down those little bitty letters. I still don't know why YouTube hasn't fixed all this trash. We're good. We're listening. All right. So somebody put something in. Indiana has a new law that if you're not driving with hands at 10 and 2, then it's a $50 ticket. That's ridiculous. Frickin' move now. You know, I'm constantly seeing like specifically on X, people are always talking about how bad it is where they live, and I'm like, move. I know it's a pain in the ass. I know it's hard. I know it's going to cost you money. But I mean, do you want to live free? You know, every place has its bad stuff. But you've got these states that are just like turning like full up socialist. Like government is always the answer. Rules are always the answer. You know, not creating better people, not creating environments where moral values are not only used but cherished. You know, we just keep letting these people make more rules, like rule on rule on rule on rule. It's like the European Union, man. It's insane. You know, did you know that there's over 100 rules for the production of a toaster in the European Union? It's unbelievable. The cord can be only so long. It's got to plug in a certain way. You know, it can't emit this amount of heat, but it can't be colder than that. And it's just this ridiculous, crazy, asinine thing. You know, when they signed the agreement, when the country signed the agreement to form the European Union, they wheeled out the document. It was 6 feet tall in paper. Okay? They wheeled it out. Insane. And we just keep allowing these idiots, you know, we keep electing these idiots, and because idiots are electing idiots, it might get loud, guys. Looks like I'm getting ready to drive into a rain cloud here. It's a little black cloud, and I can see it on the horizon from a windshield wiper on. But we keep electing these idiots, you know? And when I say we, I mean the idiots it's like they do anything to win is their mantra. Anything to win. Just so they can create more government that does nothing but stomp on we the people. You know, and then they start to think that they are we the people. And while they are technically correct, they act in a manner that is not we the people. It's we the government. You know, it's a bunch of frickin' sheeple running around acting like fools. All right, let's see here. Is that spit? Big spit? Tips for aspiring, struggling alcoholic. Why would you be aspiring to be a struggling alcoholic? That's the first question. As soon as you answer that, I'll be happy to give you advice. Bradley says, getting paid to write rules. Get back on the road here. Picked the wrong time to look at the miniature TV on my computer, desktop, whatever this is thing here. Okay, let's stop doing that. Keep it straight. Okay, let's see here. Okay, asinine. I can't. Bullseye. I can't read it, dude. You didn't put it in caps. Bradley says getting paid to write rules. that's not for me. Yeah, exactly. It is. Government is. I hate the government. I truly hate the government. I really wish. Because we can't trust them, because they've lied to us so many times, because they killed a bunch of people with the stuff you can't talk about, all so that Big Pharma could make a whole buttload of money. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then all the key players, all the people that got away with it for 4 years get pardons, so we can't even talk to these people. It's fruitless for us to talk to these people. Tell me that's not a problem. Let's see here. Pissed turtles don't belong there, but some fool is there. Laugh out loud. Don't know what that means. Post turtle. I don't know what a post turtle is. Dang, I forgot all caps. No worries, bro. Come on now. Get back on the road. There we go. Got a little windy there for a second. Looks like Bob Pete is in the house. How's my Thursday? My Thursday is great, dude. I'm driving to North Carolina to take care of a possible water leak at the homestead. Cat Queen. Hello. I don't recognize you. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. As usual, for the new people, if you don't know this, put it in all caps, or it's really difficult for me to read it without getting unalived. I'll talk about pretty much anything that will not get me kicked off the YouTubes. Turtle on top of the post. I still don't know what that means. Turtle on top of the post. I don't get it. I have no idea what you're talking about, guys. It's almost like I have multiple people, because it's like somebody will log in and they'll say hello, and then they'll be like, said hello. It's like someone has multiple accounts. I don't know what the deal is. All right, let's see here. I got about 45 minutes. We got 10 people in here, 9 thumbs up. Can't complain. There were more, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. It wasn't supposed to rain. The weather said that it would be clear and sunny all the way to North Carolina. Okay, so turtle put on top of fence posts could get there by itself. No, it can't. Maynard. Hi, only one account. Got you. Maynard Watkins. What's going on, Broseph? Let's see here. Was that a ghost energy drink? Yes, it is, Bob Pita. I really like these, but I do not like the candy flavored ones. There's only a couple of them that taste okay. There's actually like 3 of them that taste okay. You have like some kind of I want to say it's something lemonade. It tastes good. Then you have this cherry lemonade, which is pretty good. And then they actually have the grape. It's like why is this box truck on my side of the road? Yeah, no shit. Hey, dummy. Dumbass. This is one of the most dangerous roads in this area. It's a North Carolina highway, but it's like one lane. You know what I'm saying? One lane in each direction, and people do some stupid things out here. I think somebody probably gets killed on this road at least once a day. All right, let's see here. God bless, brother Scrub. I can't read your name, but welcome to the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure you read chat and drive incredible. It's not that difficult if you put everything in caps. I really wish that YouTube would get their head out of their butt. I've actually talked to a human being at YouTube about getting the same capability that TikTok has, where you can swipe to the right. Someone who's a developer, like making lives like I do, they can swipe to the right on TikTok, and the whole screen gets huge with all of the text. So you can actually like interact with your viewers, with your followers. This is the American dream. What is your name? Scrubs Astronaut? Am I reading that right? Yeah, living the American dream. That's it, Broseph. That's it. Just get in my car and drive for 5.5 hours because I can, because there's no need to charge my car, where I can stop and get go-go juice any place I want. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Taco Bell should be like the period to every sentence in America. You know what I'm saying? I went and visited the Iwo Jima Memorial. Taco Bell. Strubs stroke not. Scrub stroke not. That's hilarious. Make sure you hit this subscribe button, bro. You got a funny name. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. I really don't like the people that have like, they put like a full sentence as their name, or they come up with like some weird name of 27 vowels and 16 consonants that no one can ever. I'll be like, I'm not even wasting my time. What's up, Pilgrim? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Def, you are based. I appreciate you. You're showing your age. I appreciate you. I know what based means. Tell us about your prepping. Oh, prepping is so boring. Prepping is so boring. You know, water food security. If you know me, you know what I talk about. I've recently just stopped doing a lot of the live streams because I feel like I'm teaching a class every single day on a different subject every single day. I went back and looked at it, guys, and I have over 300 live streams in the last year, all on a different subject. It's insane. It's insane in the membrane, you know. And it's because prepping can be it can turn into a full-time job if you let it. It can take up your life if you let it. God forbid you have to move someplace and you are like 100% prepped up. It's like moving 2 households. It's crazy, you know. We got well then tell us about your more specific, your more spicy topic. Spicy. Prepping's so boring. Why? There's no spiciness to it. I'm trying to think here. I did have a dream the other day. Where I dreamt that I was like in my office, but I wasn't really in my house. I was in like a 1-level ranch in a neighborhood, but it was like my house. This guy came down the hallway, and I was like real calm. I could see his shadow. It's like he didn't want me to know he was in my house. And so I just kind of sat back in my chair, and I was like, come on in, I see you. And he kind of walks in, and then he points like a stub-nosed 38 at me. And, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to die. And then, what we got going on here, cop? What is this about? Don't know what's happening here. Cop pulled off the road. Now he's turning around. I don't know what he's doing. He just did a freaking U-turn just cause. I don't know if he's going to this car that's on the side of the road, or if he's on a call and he's about to try and pass me. Something. Oh, he went after the car that was on the side of the road. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, so I'm thinking, something other than prepping that is interesting. So anyway, he's pointing this stub-nosed 38 at me. And I was like, come on down. I see you. And he comes in and he's pointing it at me. And I'm talking to him. And what can I do for you? And he's just staring at me. And so I stand up, like real slow and calm. I start walking towards him. And I was like, what is going on? Why are you here? And he's just staring at me, pointing this gun at me. And so I just like slowly move. It was almost like he was in a daze or like a trance. And I was like, I just kind of pushed it to the side. And I was like, what's going on? And so he puts the gun on my desk. And then he like starts taking out all these pistols. And it's like putting them on the desk. like putting like 5 or 6 of these pistols on the desk, right? And then I was like, okay. And he still hasn't said a word to me, right? And so he grabs one of the pistols, and it's, I don't know if you've ever seen those pistols where the back screws onto them and they have like one bullet in them. And so he does that, and he pulls out this big fat bullet. And he hands it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. So I look at it, and I'm holding it up, and I can't quite tell like what it is because I want to read the butt end of it to see what it has to say, because I've never seen a bullet this fat before. And it says 454 Alpha. And I was like, oh, it's an Alpha bullet. Like, I know what it is, right? Because I have no idea what it is in my dreamage. I'm just reading it off the back of this bullet. And then, I hand it back to him, and I'm like, okay, now what? And he puts the bullet back down on the desk, and then he pulls another gun out and like points it at me, and he's gonna pull the trigger this time. So I just kind of like stepped to my right a little bit, and bang, he shot. And then he looked surprised. He looked like, oh crap, I only had one bullet and I missed. What now? And then, you know, I look at him and he looks at me, and he's totally stunned. He's not knowing what to do. So he turns around and runs out of the office and starts running down the hallway, right? And so I'm like, okay. So I start to walk after him, right? And I'm not like chasing him, but I'm like trying to see where he's going. And I walk after him, and we go outside, and there's like this side door we go out of the house, right? And he's like, every time I get eyes on him, he's going around a corner. So I know where he's going. And he's never looking back. He's not looking back. So I go around the house, and I see him go around the corner, go around the house. I see him, and then I see him. He's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get him now. Now I've got to get on him because he's scared to death. He's running. And then like, I pick up speed, and bam, he's on a fence, and he just like squirrels right up that fence, right over the top of it. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty spry. Okay, I might want to be wary of this guy. He's pretty quick. And then he runs off between these other two houses and out of my view. And then here's the kicker. This full-grown man comes out of nowhere on a big wheel. And he's like, hey man, I can see him. I can follow him for you. I said, listen, I can't get you involved in this. He's like, no, don't worry, I got it. And then he like takes off in his big wheel, like he's going to go follow him, right? I was like, son of a. And then all of a sudden I see the guy come back around, and he's sporting an AR. He's coming back to try and finish things off. So I go and I start to run back around the house to get out of his field of view. And there's this woman that I've never seen before, and she's wearing like a pink like pantsuit, and she's older. And she's like talking like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's like she's a realtor that just showed up. And I was like, come on, get it. This guy's got a gun, come on. And then she's like not figuring it out. And I'm just like, I'm not going back for this stray woman. You know what I'm saying? I go around this corner, this guy's got me. And if she doesn't figure this out, she's gone. And so she figures it out. She's like, she starts running. We go inside, and I close the door. I've got one of those bar systems, and so I close the door and I lock it. I put the bar down, and I think to myself, that's a steel door. Even if he's got an AR, he's going to have a hell of a problem getting through that door. Probably, I don't know. I think that's when I woke up. But here's the weird thing. The weird thing is I was not scared the entire time. I was like ultra calm, super laid back. Like this is, just like it just didn't bother me. And there probably should have been just an ounce, like a 1 out of 10 on the fear factor level. I should have had some fear in that dream, and I had like 0 fear. So it was really weird to wake up to that. So it was weird. Did you eat before you had this dream? I do not remember. I know that sometimes if you eat late, it can mess with your dreams. But so if you liked my dream, put a 1 in the chat. Honest answers only. There, that's probably as spicy as it's gonna get for my preparedness life. Too much pasta and butter. Hey, oops, what's going on, Broseph? I didn't eat no pasta and butter. Haven't had that in weeks. The lady in pink was a manifestation of your fear of the ATF. I don't fear the ATF at all. Bradley gave me a 5. I said a 1. Oh, you really liked it. You liked it 5 times more. Oh, my left leg is like, oh, my kneecap's all tired and stuff from the drive. Oh, I don't think I've ever like shared a dream on a live stream before. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I don't know. So sorry, driving. Well, effort. Appreciate you, bro. Effort and enthusiasm can get you through almost anything in life. But I was talking earlier about we've got that 3-judge panel that have put a stop to Captain Red Tie's tariff authority. Now that's already in litigation, but it's a little insane. It's a little ridiculous that we have to go through all this. But I tell you what, I mean, you have to wonder. I mean, Captain Red Tie seems to be one of the most patient people I've ever come across in my life. Oops, where's the Poobah hat? The Poobah hat is back in the apartment where it belongs. I shall not be wearing the Poobah hat inside the vehicle. But yeah, and people are getting like really tired of these political judges getting involved in presidential powers. It's really a pain in the butt. But the thing is, with the people on the left, they just don't care. It's anything to win. It's anything to win. They even if they know that it's futile, it's anything to win. The U.S. Appeals Court blocks the judges from stopping it for now. Good. West Virginia started to pull Chinese student visas, Fox reporting. Good. Yeah, I know they tried to, there's actually there was a lawsuit suing the State Department to stop that. And we'll probably hear that how they had to stop. But, you know, until the Supreme Court weighs in, and it's stupid. Say, here's why it's stupid. So, the administration is like, we're going to follow. They know they're right. They know they are within their rights. They know they're following the law. So they're going to use the legal system to make everything right. And then, so they know that they're just going to just keep suing and suing and suing and suing. But the thing is they're suing about things. So with the tariffs, the argument was that the administration doesn't have the legal authority to issue these tariffs because in simplest terms, that's the power of the purse. That has to be done by Congress, and it's not true. In fact, last month, Congress the lefties tried to bring that up and say that we need to bring the power back to Congress because there's actually a law that says that the president does this. He has the power and authority to do this, right? There's already the Congress has already weighed in on it. And so, but they're trying to ignore that, and that's why this is why it's blowing up in their face. You know, you can't say Congress has the authority to do this, but then Congress has already said, go ahead and do that. You know? And I think one of the things that pisses me off the most about this whole legal thing wasn't necessarily the Democrats, but it was our boy Rand Paul. He was leading the charge on bringing that back to the Congress, and the Congress basically said, "No, we're not doing that." Is ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It actually went up for a vote, and it got shut down. You know. So, what else is there to say? What else is there to say? You know, let's do. I mean, I'm not sure if in the Constitution I've ever read a part where it says "Let stupidity reign." So now we've got a litigation, a legal action against the U.S. government for them doing their job, and then another co-equal branch of government saying, yes, it's his job. And so now the judiciary thinks that it's like, well, we say otherwise. You know, last time I checked, you know, it's Rochambeau, man, and you're the one who got kicked in the nuts. So we're gonna have to do this over and over and over and over and over. And you know, it's what's really ironic is that the people on the right are like, well, this is going to go to the Supreme Court. They're going to have to weigh in on this and get this all to stop. But it's like that doesn't matter. The Supreme Court doesn't matter anymore unless it comes down on the side of the left. And here's why. There are several Supreme Court rulings that, and do me a favor, put the names of them so people know in the chat. I can't remember the names of them, but there are several Supreme Court rulings that talk about recently in this last month that talk about several firearms constitutional carry 2A issues where the Supreme Court says no state, whatever, X, Y, and Z, you're stupid, we've ruled, these are the rules. We've ominous dominus, gavel the table, this is it. These are the rules we're playing by. But yet there are states out there that are still applying their rules that they were sued and lost in the Supreme Court. They're like, no, it doesn't matter. We don't like ruling from the Supreme Court, so we're not going to follow it. And so to believe that if the Supreme Court ruled and said, all right, judiciary, we've looked at this, stop with these reindeer games, what you're saying doesn't matter, he's well within his rights, and then slap the table, they're still going to do it because it doesn't support their agenda, because their mission is to win at all costs. And winning means destroying the American way of life. Winning means, stopping, the administration from deconstructing all of this government and all of this waste that they put in place. Winning for them means getting USAID turned back on. As now it's literally being not just defunded, but they're literally tearing it apart in Congress over the next week. As soon as they come back from, as soon as they get the big beautiful deal, as soon as they get that taken care of, I think that's going to be the next agenda. They're going to start, I can't remember the name of it. It's a process where Congress takes money back, and then they're going to start doing that. And it's just crazy, man. It's just absolutely crazy. Where we at here? Hearing Protection Act is the big, beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is inside the big, beautiful deal that is firearms related. But no, there's a specific ruling that they had. It was something. It's not Barry, but it's something versus state of New York, where they're like, we're literally tired of you playing games with these concealed carry programs, and firearm permitting programs, and you're done. But New York's like, no, we're not. We're just going to keep doing the stuff we want to do. And because these people that are making these decisions, in many cases, are exempt from prosecution, they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. Stay in your lane there, buddy. Stay in your lane, and I'll slide into this one, and we're going to be there. All right, we're in afternoon traffic. It's great. We're hitting traffic in this town right here at the exact time you don't want to be doing that. I'm gonna slide on over here into this high speed lane. Well, actually, in this state, it's called a passing lane. All right, let's see here. Hearing Protection Act. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, it's got the silencers and it's got all sorts of stuff. I think that they just need to go out and just do a constitutional carry in nationwide, and then they can figure out the concealed carry stuff. They've got states that are doing this and nobody's going out. It's not like gangland violence. In fact, violence is actually down since these states with constitutional carry have started. Go ahead. Poor guy working at Burger King about to get killed on the highway because he can't cross where he's supposed to. Anyway, Caroline, how you doing, young lady? You better be staying out of trouble. Now I got to make sure I don't talk about any adult stuff. If you guys didn't know this, I know who Caroline is. Mr. Good Citizen. Agreed. New Jersey been violating the Second Amendment for decades, and their citizens just follow it. I know exactly. You know what I'm saying? I hate. I'm telling you, man. This is all about. I hate to say it, but what they really need to do is they need to do what is it? What kind of lawsuit is it when they have a group of people? They create a group. Damn it! Somebody put it in the chat. They need to do that kind of lawsuit in these states where people feel like they're being taken advantage of, and they need it to be such an egregious amount that the government has to change the law, and two, that it will defund all of their anti-gun crap. You know what I'm saying? Class action, yeah. Create a class, and then defeat these people in court. It'd be easy to do. It would be easy to do because there's already federal law and there's already Supreme Court standing that says that you can't bury. It's the bury. I think it's bury is the name of it. That says, no, stop doing this. These people have rights. But the state just keeps going. So that, they should really contemplate doing a class action. And then, like I said, and put people's names on it. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever's saying no, whoever's come out publicly and said, no, that's not what we're doing. Put people's names on it. Because I tell you what, it's all fun and games until somebody grabs you by your jock and pulls it straight up and says, you're next. The game's over, buddy. You've been playing this game too long with us. We don't like it. So now it's time to play our game. And I think if we had more of that here in the United States, there would be so much less BS. These people only do this crap because they're allowed to do it, because they're allowed to get away with it. That's the only reason they do it. If they knew that they could not do it, they would probably not doing it. And if they knew that they would be personally involved in a lawsuit, that their house would be up for, you know what I'm saying? Their job would be up, their income, their kids' college, their 401k. If it were all on the line, they probably wouldn't be pulling this crap. Equal justice under the law. It's so hard to find, though. It's so hard to find in these 2A issues. Got a lot of construction right here. People are moving just fine. All right, and I'm looking at they have to have skin in the game. Exactly. It's not serious unless they have skin in the game. It's all just talk. Here, talk. It's cannon fodder. And it's bull. It's bull when somebody pulls these guys' jock, and says, okay, let's play. They disappear into the woodworks. because they don't want to be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? They want to be demoted into a new position, you know, where they can disappear and then pop back up later. And we have entirely too much of that crap going on. So much traffic. So much traffic. All right, so I can't really mess with the chat right now, guys. So do me a favor, all caps, put something in there that we can talk about, because I pretty much just ran my rant on 2A and how to fix that problem. Told you about my dreams, my spicy dreams. Hey, Pilgrim, is it me, or has Funky Prepper been kind of like bland lately? I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but each time I try to chime in and watch him, he just seems like everything seems really, really bland. Inquiring minds want to know. Sucks in Canada. Hey, Star, good to see you, lady. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, somebody was, I think it was Candle Rose, had posted something in the members only Discord about Canada and something that was happening up there. I'm not sure exactly what it was because I was on the road. What's happened to the Canadian prepper? I don't know. Did he disappear? I mean, I know he was building like a cabin in the woods, you know, with his $1 million that he's got from being like the top prepper in the planet. You know, a jealousy. Yeah, I'm a little jealous. But I mean, that's my goal. I'd love to make so much money on YouTube that I could like build a bunker in the woods. Wow, he just disappeared. That's really weird. I wonder if the Canadian government got to him. I wonder if the Canadian government like got to him the same way they got to Funky. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? And so that makes me wonder how he's going to be able to peddle his wares. Wonder how that's going to affect him. He didn't do like a signing off video or something. UK government ain't playing. Oh no, the UK government. I mean, you know, I heard that. You know, it's like somebody farted and it sounded conservative, so they arrested him and put him in prison for a year. Yeah, the UK government's no joke, man. You know, and the thing is too is it's not about respect, it's about fear. You know, and then you get some people that don't understand, and they think they're back on the block, and they say a couple things on YouTube, and the next day they're there to arrest them. You know, it's happening because there's what. So the real big problem is not that it's happening. The real big problem is that there is an entire generation of see something, say something, you know, whistle-blowing freaking snowflakes that are all part of the socialist country that the UK let itself turn into. And it really sucks too, because if you think about it, and I know it's happening in Canada too, right? But it's not as bad yet. You can't go anywhere in the UK without a no-go zone being in your neighborhood, and all the pictures in government are all of Muslims. Not a joke. And you can't say, and it's funny too, because all of the leadership in the UK, well, I won't say the UK, I'll say Great Britain. They're all Muslims, okay? And well, except for the new PM and the new PM, but you got like the mayor of London and down, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm speaking in hyperbole, by the way, because I don't know exactly all of it. Anyway, so you've got that. It's kind of ironic that you have all of these Muslims that are running higher levels of government in the UK, in Great Britain, London, England, whatever you want to call it. And then all of the cops that are showing up to arrest people for saying that the government sucks are as white as they get. That's some weird stuff. That's like some reverse stuff. And personally, I don't care what color skin you are, but one, there should never be, you know, they're trying to do Sharia law, and that will only work within their no-go zone. Okay, it won't work once they start to push out any further. You know, once they start to like send these cars out that look like police cars, hint, that's happening. in different places, America. You know, once they start sending these cars out, and then it's like trying to, you know, project their power, okay, or their faux authority. There's this guy like driving in my blind spot with a dipstick. He's just like hanging out there where nobody can see him. And then, you know, next thing you know, Billy, Bob, Tommy, and Davey show up with baseball bats to crush their car and burn it in the street. You know, these things are gonna happen. They're gonna happen, but they don't have to. They don't have to. Okay, so it looks like I got 20 people in here with 19 thumbs up. That's pretty good. At one time, we actually had 26 people in here. But let's see here. Proud to be in the land of the free. There you go. Angie, good to see you. Angie 647 in Texas. Nice. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've actually been cutting back on my live streams, but I have been making more videos, as you guys should have seen. I'm going to be making a lot more shorts, so you'll be able to get those. And those are going to be kind of either prepper political or prepper skill level focused. I'm going to do a series of shorts on skills, and that will be happening mid-June, I think. There's actually like a program. If I hit all these wickets, all these YouTube wickets, then I get to sign up for some free merch. It's free stuff. It's free stuff. Verizon's telling me great news. You can buy another phone for us from us for $2,000. Now my phone works great right now. So no more live streams? No. I'm still doing live streams. It's just, and I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty much, I've decided I'm going to do a live stream every Friday at 10 a.m. And I'm going to do these special live streams too, where it's like, oh, just come on and BS about whatever's, that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, if you guys didn't know, like I was telling people earlier, you know, I went back and looked over this last weekend. I went back and looked at like how many live streams I did, and what were the subjects for all those live streams. And I had done over 300 live streams in the last year. Okay, that's insane. That's insane in the membrane. And each one of them was on a different preparedness based subject. It's like, so how do you do that? How do you get, well, a lot of freaking work, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting in like 5 hours a day just to do a 1 hour live stream. The juice was just burnt. I'm just burnt out. I'm just absolutely burned out. And I wanted to get back to my roots of like making videos to like educate the masses and promote products that I support. Just kind of like do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to like be on the live streams every single day. It's just out of control, you know? Let's see, I'm very glad to find you from Boston. Oh, I got you. I've been to Boston a few times. Used to put kids in the Marine Corps up at the Boston MEPS over there in the Federal Building. Used to be there at least once or twice a week. I actually liked Boston, but that was in the 90s, and I hear it's kind of now, you know, so I don't know. Let's see here. Hey, I'm from Wareham. Gotcha, Audrey. Wareham, there you go. Yep. I used to love driving through Southie. But there's a bar in the corner. Let's go get a beer. Oh, you see that dog? Let's see here. Cool, Aubrey. I'm over that way all the time. There you go. There you go. Making friends. Making friends. We're going to switch lanes here. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We probably got about, I would say, half an hour more, and I'll be at the homestead. Is what my guess is. That's what my guess is. All right, guys. Somebody put a. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do it now. That does draw people in here. Also, and it's that time. It's time to wake up the algorithm. If you love your country, put a number 1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink a little bit of Ghost energy drink. I'm going to talk more smack than usual. And I'm even going to try to pay the bills. Guys, Refuge Medical, not a joke. I see people buying stuff, so I know what's going on. I know I'm leading you in the right direction. So Refuge Medical contacted me, not a joke, contacted me yesterday and said, hey, we really like your stuff and we want to offer you a free class. Really? So they're going to be giving me a 3-hour emergency medicine class. It's going to be this Friday night. It's going to be tomorrow night. And I'm going to be learning some more stuffs. Guys, I highly recommend that if you want to get in on that, then there's a link and a code in the description. Use code LocalPrepper and you'll save yourself. It's either 10 or 15%. But yeah, go there if you want to learn some stuff tomorrow night. You'll probably even see me in the chat. Yeah, so I'm really I'm kind of proud that they recognize me with that. I mean, it's no skin off their game, but it's a $99 value. So it's not a joke. And I did go through one of their Stop the Bleed classes online. I'm telling you right now, guys, exceptional training. You know, even for it being online, it's exceptional training. So, and it's taught by guys that really know their stuff. So, let's see here. Aubrey says, hey, bro, do you know my brother Bruce Durham from Plymouth? It probably does. All right, let's see here. We got a light. We got into town. Now we got to drive through this town's traffic. Gotta love these little bitty towns in North Carolina. This one's not that bad. I don't think so. I'm 47. I grew up in Bridgewater. You know where Bridgewater is. That and the cruise control is activated. We're just gonna cruise on down the road. All right, knowledge is power. Absolutely, oops, absolutely. I think West Virginia Pap was saying the same thing. You know, it's I've had TCCC training before. I had a lot of medical training in the military. They used to have what was the name of that program? It was a train the trainer program. Like we had self-aid, buddy aid, corpsman aid, lifesaver, basic lifesaver course. We had that, and that was all about like fixing bullet holes and calling the medevac in, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see here. I can't see that. It's night in Germany. Give us some sun, man. No, it's nothing but gray here, dude. It was supposed to be sunny and nice today, and with nothing in the rain, and I've already driven through like 4 major rainstorms. So, sorry, everything is gray here, broseph. Here, boom. Did it work? Yep, there it is. I don't know if I can move my camera without jacking it up. Yeah. That's as sunny as it's going to get for today, my friend. Let's see. Oh, we grew up in Charleston. Gotcha. But, been in Germany. Germany. I love Germany. Well, where in Germany are you at, man? My favorite place on the planet, not a joke, and I've been to some really crazy places. My favorite place on the planet is the Weizensteffen brewery. Right outside of Munich. I'm trying to remember, or München, but right outside of Munich. And I'm trying to remember, I can never remember the name of the town that it's in. But that monastery, you gotta basically hike up that hill to the monastery. Get that golden brew of 3 ingredients right out of the tap. It's like drinking liquid gold. Got to get yourself some strudel. Oh, it's so good. Freising. That's the name of the town. Freising. That's where it is. Oldest brewery in the world. We can thank the monks for that. But I used to go there every year for like 4 years straight. And then we would fly into Munich, and then we would drive to wherever our site was. It was like a couple hours drive, get out there on the Autobahn, and then go do that for a couple of weeks. And then we come back, and then the last night we were in Germany, we would always go to the hotel, I think it's the Sheridan, there in Freising, and then walk down the hill into the town and walk around in the 1,000-year-old town, and then kind of take in the sights, eat some of that good old ice cream. We were even there for Oktoberfest a couple of times. It's pretty crazy. And then we definitely had to eat supper at the Weisensteffen restaurant. Inside is cool too, because the inside, for everybody that doesn't know, the inside of the brewery is they have all those little catacombs. They're made out of cobblestones, and you actually, like, your table is inside of one of these cobblestone, I don't know what you would call them. It's like if you imagine wine being stored in a hole like that, but it's in your basement. It's like that, but your table's inside of there. A lot of people just like to eat outside, but sometimes it's just rainy. It's just rainy. All right, let's see here. So good. Let me see here. Let me get through this intersection right now. See if I can get through this last bit of traffic here without getting myself unalived. Yeah, this is come on now. So many cars. It's nothing like New York traffic, that's for sure, but it still super sucks. An alcove. Okay, I'm going with that. An alcove. That sounds right. That sounds like the appropriate name for the cubby that they stick us in. Can't read that. I'll bet you have a beautiful collection of Steins. No, I do not. I'll be honest with you. After drinking all that German beer, I'm like destroyed. It's like I can't drink. The only thing I can drink that is even palatable to me is a what's that damn Irish beer? What's the Irish beer? It's got the nitrogen in it. That's my first beer, and then if I can't find that, then I'll drink the oldest American brewery there is. I can't remember the name of that one either. It's all going to come to me in like a flash, but that's what I'll drink. Are we doing it live? Yes, we are. 7 p.m. Discord. Squash, Virginia. I cannot read all that while I'm driving, but Doomsday Preppers come on years ago, and preppers came on years ago, and everyone made fun of them, and yeah, and I was actually watching this, which is something I rarely do because I don't watch a lot of other preppers on YouTube, but yeah, that was their goal. That was their goal because that's how they got ratings. All right, they didn't get ratings because, and the show, I want to say that it lasted 9 years or 9 seasons, but they didn't get to go that long because people were learning about purifying water or storing food or canning or animal husbandry or taking games from the wild or picking berries. It didn't last that long because of all that. It lasted that long because they went out and they found like the craziest, biggest, fattest, white trashest people they could possibly find to make fun of. That's what they did. That's what I was saying. I was watching this homesteader yesterday, and he was talking about this, all this exact stuff, where it's like they have a show about homesteading, but they really just go find like chickens, like you're trying to feed a chicken that freaking is uglier than whatever, and it's just, you know, click appeal basically, and just trying to, oh, I can't wait to see this really fat guy. It's got 12 guns and drives around on his ATV. I can't wait to do that, you know. Let's go watch this. Let's go watch these 60 somethings that are that made a that made a house out of shipping containers, and it's all rusted out. They think it's gold, and you know, that's what they did. Bear and Joe Fox were on that show. I believe it. I didn't idolize any of the people that were in that show, so I don't know any of their names. I always thought it was funny. So, little known fact, it's most in the prepper sphere, a lot of people do know it, but they never did the research. So you know how they had that grading system at the very end, you know, they tell you, I think it's like you get 5 points for 5 different things for a total of 50 points plus the bonus round, and everybody's like, oh, how do they do that? We should find a way to reproduce that. People are like asking me to do that, right? And I actually did it. It's on my Facebook page. If you guys haven't gone to Local Prepper, all one word, on Facebook, it's actually tagged, okay? But when you do that, then people get all pissed off. Well, I'm not this and I'm not that, and that number's not right. And, you know, they believe their survivability is more than what it really is. You know, it's so their system that they had, okay, the system that they had was designed, you know, they had a company that they named outright, was designed by the people that were in their very first episode. Does anybody know who was the star of the very first episode? He's on YouTube. Put it in the chat. I want to see. If anybody knows. Because if you know, you know, right? I'm waiting. Someone knows. Hello, Caroline. I see a young lady. I need a husband to feel safe. I don't believe that, but it's each of their own. Brad the failed. I don't know who that is. Said hi. That must be something a bot does, because it's always the same thing. What up, Moza? Don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so nobody seems to know. Message was held for review. I don't think I have any mods in here right now, so I can't do that while I'm driving. Otherwise, I would normally just let it flow. Full spectrum survival? Nope. Firm believed in you will only. Well, no, that may have been the name of the company, okay? But the person, okay, or in this case, persons at that time, but the person who was in the very first episode was Southern Prepper 1. He had a group, he had a couple of family members, and they had their own little compound, and he was responsible for security, and the other guy was responsible for all the engineering. And that other guy, he actually has his own YouTube channel. He's like Engineer 247 or something like that. But it's Southern Prepper 1, right? So he was on the very first episode of Doomsday Preppers. The company that he formed, him and his buddy formed to do the analysis, is the same company that did the analysis for all of the Doomsday Prepper shows. And on the very first one, they told him that his security wasn't up to snuff. They only gave him 4 out of 5, and that he got kind of butthurt and said, because that was his job, and he said, no, I believe it's higher than that. I disagree. But it's interesting that like his own evaluation system that the company used, okay, for the entire show, told him that his security wasn't up to snuff. Yeah, Southern Prepper 1. Ah, you didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that. If you knew that, put a 1 in the chat. If you did not, put a number 2 in the chat. Inquiring minds want to know. But I always thought that was funny about that, you know, because they were just going to, it was like one of the only, I would say there's probably a handful of episodes that were actually like good. They were actually good. Buffering here. Yeah, Pilgrim, I'm in the middle of nowhere right now. I don't even know how many bars I have. But it should get better for the next few minutes. I'm down to, it looks like 2 bars. Late to the show. What's up, Rose? Good to see you. Lagging a little. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I am in the middle of nowhere right now. That's one of the nice things about having a homestead. I'm close enough to a Walmart to get the groceries if I need them, but I'm far enough away that no one will ever find me, and if they do, they're gonna have a bad day. Turn it off onto these roads. I love the names of these roads. They're like so country. They're like, if you come down, the names on these roads are like, if you come down this road, you could die. That's the name on these roads. Sheepdog, good to see you. Good to see you. There we go. Yeah, I probably have about 12 more minutes left on this live stream before we get to the homestead. And then I gotta get my butt in gear. Gotta go into action. Go into action mode. But I have been streaming for over an hour now, so for those people that are like, oh no, I missed it all, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. But there's a food truck out here in the middle of nowhere. That's weird. Interesting. Parked like, weird. I like it. Why are people walking down this road? They shouldn't be walking down this road. Grown adults doing that? What's going on here? This is one of those places where, like, not everybody knows everybody, but they know what's, like, that's weird. Like, they can drive by and say, that's weird. It's also one of those places where everybody waves to each other, too. So it's kind of nice. Kind of nice. Where we at here? Get the tag. I have a bad day, but I bought 6 months of food and water. Have a bad day, but I bought 6 months of food and water. Okay. Waiting until Starlink phones become common. Well, I can tell you the girlfriend. Well, so there's a couple things going on with that. One, the one that's advertised is the T-Mobile has started their beta program. Talk to you later, Bradley. They started their beta program and contacting people who have signed up for it and giving them the ability to text via Starlink. And it works well. It's actually worked indoors, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure how that, maybe there's some kind of freaking hybrid mesh technology going on there instead of like true satellite. But it's been working. It's been working. But they've been turning it on and off. They'll like send you a text message and say, hey, you know, Starlink beta is on right now for texting, you know, but they don't tell you when they're turning it off. They don't tell you when they're turning it off. And also there was an article that got put out, I want to say it was late last month, that said that the iPhones have secretly started to add Starlink to their capabilities. We knew that they had some satellite texting capabilities that were built into it, but they kind of like, they didn't want to advertise that they were starting to use Starlink. So if you have an iPhone, you might want to look into it. Let's see here. It's better than his recent rocket launches. Oh yes. Oh yeah. The recent rocket launch. Yeah. That was he lost both. He lost the ship and the booster. But you know, I hate to say it, the optics on it aren't good, but the reality is that the booster, they were testing a relight of a new kind of engine. And that's how they lost. That's how they lost telemetry. It was in the clouds, and there was a flash, and then there was no more. But it was over the Indian Ocean, and they did not plan on recovering it anyway. So I don't know. Hopefully their sensor package just picked up all the problems, and that's fixed now. And then the ship itself made it to orbit, and then they did do a forced deorbit a little bit early because they lost control of it. But it's kind of weird. If you've seen enough of these launches, you know if the ship is going to have a stable orbit, because it's like when it starts like spinning, you know, on axis, it's like, yeah, it's probably not supposed to do that. And when they show the cameras changing and you can see all of the directional thrusters firing like crazy, like, please stop spinning, you know, and then the camera turns off for a little while, then it comes back on, and then it was kind of ominous because they showed it like flying through clouds below it, and it's like all of the clouds were red because of the plasma buildup. Then they had the melt through on the wing. It was just, that ship was a total loss. So interesting stuff. High percentages are good though. The better than this recent. Yeah, I mean, listen, they caught 2 of them. I mean, they caught 2, you know, 10-story buildings. I mean, I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to call that progress. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they didn't need to do it a 3rd time is pretty awesome. Also, this was the 3rd use of that booster that blew up. You know darn well they're going to have to like show the videos of that. That's like, if you've ever seen that video, that compilation video where they show everything exploding until it doesn't explode, it's pretty freaking awesome. Watched Challenger on the NASA. Yeah, I saw that too. I watched Challenger blow up when I was in high school. Excuse me. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right, now we're on the side road. Now we are off state roads. Oh yeah. We're off state roads. Let's go here. What time is it? Oh, I got time to set up. All right, so we're gonna go down here. Oh, bump, bump, bump. Here we go. For the 12 that are sticking around, this is for you. There we go. Now we're on my driveway. I just mowed this thing last weekend, and the grass is already sprouting up. And that's enough of that. Ugh. All right. Whoop. We made it. Well, the rain helped, I guess. All right, guys. No guard towers? No. We don't need any of that out here. We don't need any of that out here. All right, guys. I have got to turn the live stream off. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out the door. If you have not done it, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do make regular videos, shorts. I make them all. I make all the videos, and I'm trying to do live streams at least once a week, generally on Fridays at 10 a.m. Also, for the members, 7 p.m. live Discord from the porch. Possibly, I don't know. I think it's too wet for a fire, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.